And so we're also digging into Web3 space, how we can help creators to gain revenue with NFTs and generally to be more involved in Web3 economy. And for us, Newcoin is a nice starting point because it kind of bridges these two worlds and provides a great opportunity for us and creators.
Yeah, just quickly add that like interoperability and bridges what Newcoin is doing. This is super great. Like less energy as well. And yeah, I guess one of the most important is like, values shared with the founders and like the contact and like the feeling in the room, which like the red thread of this conversation to have like human and technology. So we're just like all figuring out how it works.
Hello, everyone, and welcome yet to another episode of NewForum. NewForum brings together leaders, creators, new starters, and new perspectives on crypto, the Metaverse, NFTs, Social 3, and DAOs.
NewForum is powered by Newcoin Foundation and provides humanized and organic ways for thinkers to coordinate in order to ensure the conscious and ethical growth of a new web, embedding the values of care, freedom, and creativity.
And on today's episode, we have Vladimir and Tatiana, the founders of Ply, an augmented fashion app, which allows users to wear and customize collections in real time through the lens of their phone. How impressive.
Hello, Tatiana and Vladimir. Super nice to have you on today's episode. We can't wait to hear more about you and your app.
Why don't we begin with you telling us a bit about your story and what inspired you to build Ply?
Yes, sure. My name is Vladimir. I'm CEO at Ply. I'm a creative technologist with about 12 years of experience in development and design. And so right now we're building this app that will allow style creators to create their own digital garments in augmented reality and share it with friends. And so we're also digging into Web3 space, how we can help creators to gain revenue with NFTs and generally to be more involved in Web3 economy. And for us, Newcoin is a nice starting point because it kind of bridges these two worlds and provides a great opportunity for us and creators.
So hi, my name is Tatiana. I'm co-founder and chief marketing officer at Ply. Thanks to Vladimir, he just like really briefly introduced what we are doing. And as I like saying, we're working on wearable NFTs and AR dressing. Actually, there are so many terms now appearing. So we like building our startup and like we also creating the future. So I guess we all here agree that it's all about collaboration and creativity as well. Oh, I didn't really mention my background. So actually I have a mix of expertise in marketing and PR and event production. So it's actually really connecting all the dots and really flourishing in the company we're now building.
Yes, Tatiana, I couldn't agree with you more. Collaboration and creativity definitely work hand in hand, and you too are a product of that. You came together with different strengths, different abilities, and the magic happened. So I'm wondering, what is your inspiration? What inspired you to build this app?
Yeah, actually, it was like a really lovely 2020 when it's all started. So actually, it was the year the Ply was born, and we know Vladimir for I don't know 5 years, so we were friends. And I just graduated from AMD in Berlin, so I've done MA in sustainability and fashion. So all the industries across the world was just just a bit swamped, and everyone was really kind of lost. And then we were, I guess, envisioned that actually it was all accelerating, that the space is going digital and NFTs were not that super big. So and Vladimir showed me his creative research and I was like, wow, this could be something. And then we've just been building and researching, and we've been really super curious of what the market looked like. And then just DressX appeared, and then in the projection of the year we see how it's really going to evolve, and the price skyrocketing, and the infrastructure is building super fast. And this is really nice to witness and really nice to be in this space and build this space together. So this is gonna be exciting times.
I think it was quarantine during 2020. Actually, Ply was initially a research I was doing while the lockdown. I was searching for ways to use augmented reality, and I realized that body tracking is precise enough to use it this way. So technology, I've got this insight that technology is already here, and it really struck me that I always was passionate about fashion. So it's just like Tanya has said, the dot has connected, and this was also the time we met, and I showed her the prototype, and we realized that we need to do it because the market is growing. It was on the stage of emergence, so there was only DressX at that point. They were really small, starting out. And we realized that this is definitely the thing we want to work on. And for us, it's also important that we can create design-driven company. We were in design for ages. I've been doing design since I was 16 years old. So for me, it was really an opportunity to build design-driven company. Yeah, so basically there was tons of inspiration, but I think the primary inspiration was the ability to work on the project during COVID, during the lockdown, and do this first exploration, test out the prototype, and to realize that something like that is possible. Something like that can be made. So that was inspiring.
So you mentioned a few things that inspired you, but I must say what stood out for me is the fact that you too cooked this up during the COVID lockdown. I mean, it was a time when the whole world had shut down. People were depressed. We were all afraid of the unknown. I mean, and rightfully so. You know, you two made something positive out of the situation, and that in itself is very inspiring, I must say.
Thank you very much for these kind words. We're really pleased to hear something like that, especially when you work so hard every day. It's not so often.
Thank you so much. It would be super interesting to know about your passion for fashion design. Did it start off in the physical, or did you start Ply right in the 3D metaverse space?
Nice question. Regarding the designs, we decided that it's gonna be digital first designs in Ply. So I'm not a fashion designer, and for me it was an opportunity to try in something that I was try myself in something that I was passionate for a long time, but I haven't got much opportunity to be involved in this.
So Tatiana, Vladimir, something that we were wondering about, how do you see the future of the creative economy and having creators own their work? How will creators benefit from this change in Web3?
I think the most important thing that the market of fashion influencers has tripled in last 2 years. It reached 13.8 billion. And as this market grows, there is an increasing demand in content creation tools. So influencers require more engagement of the audience, and they want to collaborate with brands more efficiently. They want to be involved in more direct communication with their audience. And AR is also growing. So first of all, it's incredibly efficient tool in terms of marketing conversion. Snapchat has data that it's like 94% more efficient than traditional media. And the third thing, which is like I think the most important, is this amazing rise of NFT market. So we believe NFTs is a good fit for our app because they provide more utility and flexibility than Patreon or FanGage fan packages. The established way to support influencers, to get influencers supported by their following. And also NFTs, they have less operational expenses than traditional merchandise. So if you want to create something for your audience, especially if it's NFTs that you can give to your followers, it's much easier to create something in digital. So you can create any quantity. It can cost whatever you want it to cost, and basically you can just land it in your in the social network of your choice. So it's a good choice for us, and we believe it's gonna grow the whole NFT economy because tech giants are adopting NFTs right now. Meta, Adobe, Twitter are already using NFTs, so we believe it's gonna grow even more in the following years. So I see a lot of opportunity here.
I really love what you said about scalability and accessibility for creators in Web3, and that creators now can own their work as digital assets. I think this is a huge milestone for creators, and Web3 really brings these changes.
And I wanted to add that what I find fascinating about NFTs is that you're not copying and pasting ownership or losing control of your work, but instead you get to own digital media assets in the same way that you can own digital currency asset like Newcoin. So NFT is a new kind of format for a file that lives on the blockchain, pretty much a certificate of ownership. So since we're talking about blockchain NFTs, I'm wondering how you see the future of the metaverse and how will the fashion industry be impacted by the metaverse?
Regarding the metaverse, I think the future is going to be in creative exploration. So our main point is to enable people to express themselves freely without any limits, and that's why we're doing digital first designs. We don't want it to be bound to physical reality. We want it to be something that people can build without any limits of the imagination. So our stuff, our garments are using rendering and simulation techniques from game design because we want it to be more related to what people have seen in games, and that's also where Metaverse is going to. So there's two different, I think, two different industries. Like the first is traditional fashion with catwalks and fashion weeks, and there is this thing. I don't know how to call it exactly, but I would call it in-game purchases, where people buy new gear and garments for their characters. And I believe these two are going to merge in not so distant future. That will result in limitless creative explorations from the creators. So they will be able to do almost anything. And that's why we're motivated as well. We want to be part of it. We want to enable people to create their new identities with our app.
Thanks for sharing. I mean, it's great that you've identified the possibilities and opportunities that the metaverse brings to the work that you do. And we're all excited and looking forward to what the metaverse promises to us. However, we cannot ignore the potential unintended consequences. I mean, with everything, there's that. So I'm wondering if you've thought about the potential negative impact on the society or even the users.
Definitely. Like, I mean, we should like there is, you know, there is technology and there is biology. I mean, like all the system which is built by humans, they are used by humans. And this is also like of course, there is like, you know, it's shared responsibility. And the same, the backside of the social media that we have. But on the other side, there are like lots of, you know, like educational content. So actually, this is also the question. There are like a lot of moral questions rising, and like a lot of burning questions of responsibility and transparency. So yeah, definitely, I think we should also kind of protect ourselves, or be like more like, you know, to pay more attention, like the time we spend, the environment we surround ourselves. So yeah, this is from my side.
I want to add to it. I think Metaverse is a kind of technology that is gonna happen anyways. So it's gonna be here in maybe 10 years. Everybody will experience it, but the question is how we're going to use it. Because technology is just technology. The first human technology is a stick. But you can hit somebody with a stick, or you can build a house from sticks. So it's for us to decide how it's going to be used. So I believe that Web3 community can build a positive future, because it's been quite clear that corporations sometimes they don't invest their time into exploring the humane part of technology, and I think it's important to cultivate this approach in Web3 space. If we're gonna do it, it's gonna be good for all of us.
Definitely, yes. It's really nice to hear both of your answers. And it's obvious that you both care about the ethical side of things and have great values. And I am happy that we have people like you in this space. And like Tatiana said, we must be aware of how much time we spend in front of the computer and how much time we spend online. And Vladimir, I like your example with a stick. A stick can be used to hit somebody or hurt somebody. And that same stick can be used to build something. And so in the end, the magic word is finding the balance. And whoever holds the stick has the power to decide to do good with it or bad with it. So I believe that if we enter the space with the right intention, for the most part, we will be on the right path.
Thank you so much for highlighting both sides of this change and the impact of the metaverse. I'm sure our audience would love to know, what do you think about decentralization and creative ownership?
I think our primary point here is that we stand for creators, and right now we're testing different kind of hypotheses, but all of the directions are related to the same question: how we can help our creators, how we can enable them to grow audience, how we can help them to earn money. And we're kind of creator-centric community. I mean, we're building creator-centric community right now. So in terms of decentralization, I think that it's a positive change in general, because it's much more closer to the initial idea of democracy in general. There's more direct control in the hands of people that can that are really passionate about the stuff that they're doing. This is more fair, I think. And for us, we still don't know how it's gonna work in the final stage, like when we're gonna build our audience and there's going to be mass adoption. But we believe that giving creators much more power of actually affecting the future of our project is what's gonna determine our success, because for us it's all about creators. For us it's all about giving value to the creators. We can share our future with them as well.
And from my side, I guess there is like one short answer. So like this decentralization is the future as I see it. And like you can really elaborate a lot, saying that it really creates new organizations, and it creates like lots of different structures, so people communicate together and they collaborate. And yes, definitely like owning your own data is essential.
Yes, it's quite amazing that we're moving away from a world of data monarchy to a world of data democracy. And I think this is really great for creators. It brings a lot of innovation, inclusivity, diversity, and this is something we're missing so much. And on that note, I'd like to know, what's your criteria for choosing blockchain?
Yes, sure. That's a nice question, actually, because we've been working on this just 2 days ago. So, I mean, it's really important for us. I think the main criteria is code documentation and examples. So we could integrate it easily because there's lots of stuff going on, and a lot of platforms that just appeared. They're popping like mushrooms on the field. So sometimes we really can't go with this space. But the first thing that we'll look at is how well it is documented, how easy it is to integrate. Then if it's not easy to integrate and we don't have all the necessary knowledge, we look at whether we can get technical support. Then for us it's also important that there is lots of connections, lots of bridges, opportunity to be interconnected with different blockchains. We really are into NFTs. We need to have such functionality as lazy minting and mystery boxes. It's hard to make it on this protocol or platform. For us, it's not so good because we will have to spend extra time on doing this. And we're also looking for direct contact. So whether if we know the founder, we know what the founders are into, we can build a long-term strategy with them. That's amazing when you can kind of align your company, your vision with the infrastructure you're building on. So I think these are the main criteria.
Yeah, I guess you covered it like completely. So yeah, just quickly add that like interoperability and bridges what Newcoin is doing. This is super great. Yeah, like less energy as well. And yeah, I guess one of the most important is like, you know, values shared with the founders and like the contact and like the feeling in the room, which like the red thread of this conversation to have like human and technology, so we're just like all figuring out how it works. So actually it's not about, you know, like structures and infrastructures as well, but yeah, the relationships as well is really important.
Yes, blockchain equals community. And Tatiana, I really liked it when you mentioned that you care about the values shared with the founder. And for you, it's about the vibe, you know, how you vibe with the person. And I wanted to add that Newcoin Protocol cares about the ethical side of things, sustainability, inclusivity, and diversity, you know, and we really want to see a time where the real world and the crypto space merge or come together to create real economic value. And that's going to be incredible. So when you were talking about your app, you mentioned that creators will be able to create their own digital designs. So do you plan on collaborating with fashion brands who might be interested in getting into the digital space?
Yes, we were planning the one today. Actually, the previous call. Right now, we're not going big. We're trying to search for forward thinkers, people that really are really into digital fashion and understanding the capabilities of what you can do on digital fashion. So I see a problem that a lot of people are just trying to digitize physical clothes, and I think it's not the right approach when you can do like pants made of liquid water, made of liquid metal, sorry, or anything that comes to your imagination. It's all about the expression, like there are two sides in garment design, like the utility clothes. So it's about the protection from the environment. So it's called you wear something. So it's not so you could get warm, right? And there is the side of self-expression when you wear something to express your identity, and we manifest for new ways of expressing this identity. So you can explore your identity even more. You can explore it in ways that are not available with physical clothing. So that's what we're thinking of, and we're trying to find such people, such creators that can really express these principles in their designs. So we're not going big right now. We're searching for visionary people.
Yeah, Vladimir is just covering everything. So yeah, we're just super open, and we're just looking for young emerging talents. And yeah, this is what like I'm not like 100% agreed like there is a problem. There is people who do different things. I mean, like digitizing thing. Actually, it's like, you know, as like there are futures. Like, so this is also like the fashion positive future that you can have the samples or whatever like garments you can use. So yeah, but like our approach is like digital first design. So it could be like water, air, liquid metal. So actually what plays your imagination, you can create it. So yeah, and we provide this kind of a, like, you know, blank canvas, and people could really create what they do, and definitely would invite some brands and designer or like cultural pioneers, as we call them. So yeah, this could be something.
Yeah, you're right. Problem is not the right way to put it. It's more like we're focused on another side of this thing. So while most are focused on working with brands, we're more focused on working with creators.
Thank you all so much for being part of today's forum. We see with Ply how young designers and young entrepreneurs can implement those changes of Web3 and own their work and create some amazing digital fashion pieces on their app. Thank you so much, Tatiana and Vladimir, and we see you next time in the next NewForum.
Perfectly said. Thank you.
Thank you.